All right, good morning, everybody. Let me wait a moment, let a few of you guys catch on, and I will do the pre-market for you guys. Good morning, Baraka. How are you? All right, so let me get started here. You guys will see the futures is kind of right on the edge of angular support on a rising wedge. So we'll see if it can hold that 9 EMA and keep pushing up, or again, it's right on that edge. We got to be careful see if it's going to potentially fall out of that rising wedge, which would be more of a bearish sentiment. So you got to keep an eye on it. Again, remember, if you're new, stocks run with the market usually. So if the market is teetering, or it's indecision or bearish mode, trying to go bullish on plays can be very difficult, and sometimes they'll only pop up. These stocks might only go up for a couple minutes and then they kind of dump back down. So that's where you got to keep an eye on it, where you might be watching something for it to move at open, and it may only move quickly and then drop, or it might not move at all. So we got to watch and see. You can see right here, this orange line right here is previous close. So it's kind of teetering right now. And you can see when I zoom in, possible right now, possible doji candle. We got to see what happens, see if it'll hold, and it'll continue up. Let me see, Tommy, on futures uptrending a bit, but look at XLF, looking like a double top into a bear flag. Let me take a look real quick at XLF and see. What time frame, Tommy? There's definitely a double top right here on a 5-minute. So you can see kind of a double top here, top, double top. Oh, you're probably referring right to the 5-minute. Yeah, so you have a double top failure, and then you have a kind of a rising wedge, or depending on how you draw it, you can say possibly bear flaggish right here, or you can kind of turn it right here and say possible rising wedge. So it's a little bit, what's up, Jose? It's a little bit, it's definitely bearish right now, and you can see some resistance up right in this area here, just below that 200 SMA. So at this point, you got to see if price can break out of that rising wedge, and then it's got some resistance up right here at the base of that double top failure. So we'll see if it can break out of that up to the upside, or see if it ends up failing. Do me a favor, guys. I want to get you guys ones that we're watching right now just for the open. So I'll go over those quick, and then, right towards the end, maybe I'll pull up some additional symbols. So I want to give you guys some of the ones that might be running right now this morning. We'll see on trade ideas, which we share every day on our website. Right here, we share trade ideas, daily gappers on our website, bullishbears.com. So we post them right here. If you see under this daily gappers, we post them right here every single morning. But if you're a member of our community, if you just subscribe here, we actually share trade ideas, live screen share each day. So it's like a try it before you buy it. So you'll see, I'm pulling these off of trade ideas gappers right off the bat this morning. So again, you can take a look and see the daily gappers that we post each morning, or watch our our live stream each day with trade ideas, if you remember. So you'll see NCTY was one that popped up this morning. You'll see it was kind of, obviously has a history of pumping and dumping back down. You'll see it broke that $2-ish, that 196 marker right over here. And this one's been kind of running this morning. It's a bit overextended right now, But at this point, you'll see it kind of had that kind of falling wedge-ish pattern. And then it broke out right above that 310 level. Now it's pulling back around that 344-ish marker, right below that $0.50 amount. So definitely keep NCTY on watch. So at this point, you can see some support right around that 310-ish area. And at this point, now you got to see, is it going to just pull back and continue to run, or is it just going to fail? You know, so you can kind of see this cup break out. And at this point, you got to see, again, support around 312, resistance around that 344-ish level. Next one we'll look at is IDEX. So IDEX had another, like, this is kind of a bull pennant-ish pattern, or, you know, flag-ish kind of pattern right here. You'll see it held the 9 EMA. It broke out during the pre-market, and you will see right now, so it kind of had that, like, fallen wedge-ish, or, like, you know, again, these patterns are not, like, going to be perfect, but kind of flag-ish or falling wedge-ish pattern back down to the moving average lines. It broke out a little bit, started to fail. So at this point, I would probably just move my trend line maybe right around in here. So, you know, keep an eye on this one right here. See if it holds this 9 EMA on the 5-minute, and if it can break out. If it can, then you can see that 246 or 250-ish level resistance. See if it can get above 250, and if it can, it's got some potential room to run. So NCTY, IDEX. Let's see what else. There was a couple other ones I had charted out, but they might be looking like they're starting to fail a little bit. Well, JMU, you'll see it had a big day yesterday, and then it pulled back towards the end of the day. But now this is where it could be a little bit trickier, but keep an eye on it, where this is basically kind of a head, a left shoulder, a right shoulder. This might be doing an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we'll see if that right shoulder can hold. And then if you can see these kind of these peak areas here, that 350-ish area, 370s, you know, this kind of like extends that neckline up. So many times these inverse head and shoulders, you can have extended necklines. So again, you know, I'm not saying this is totally an inverse head and shoulders, got to watch and see, but you can see kind of a left shoulder formation, a right shoulder, a head, and then the necklines extend. So I like a little bit better NCTY and IDEX. JMU might be more of a kind of keep on watch to the side. And the other ones I had real peripherally were AWSM. You'll see this one we had on our watch list for last night. It did break out of this 350 marker pre-market right in here, ripped, went up, and then now at this point, I might just remove this here. You know, it's kind of descending triangle-ish, so it's a little bit more on the bearish side at the moment. Still keep this one peripherally on watch. And the next one I was looking at with trade ideas was DSS. This is another one that had kind of a left shoulder head, right shoulder-ish, so kind of an inverse head and shoulders-ish breakout. Went up to that 173 marker, which is right over here. Or actually right over in here, and now it's kind of pulling back. So at this point, it's not looking as great. It's more bearish. So looking again more at NCTY, IDEX, and possibly JMU. Let me take one more look at Pets. Let's see if that was doing anything. Yeah, Pets was the other one. So Pets had a dollar break pre-market right up to that 124 marker. So you'll see at this point now if it can go and stay above a dollar, you know, kind of do this right here. Kind of right around here. So you're going to see right here at this point, see if it double tops and it fails, or if it's going to stay above that 124. If it can get above 124, I would definitely put 150 as the next level of resistance, that whole and half dollar amount. So I put 150 resistance. So now you can see it's breaking up a little bit above it now. So see if it can hold that 124. Then next up would be 150-ish level. All right, let me take a couple of your questions here. WebTech. Me personally, I like a good daily setup, then a good 5-minute setup, and then look for my entries on a 1 minute. And gold, are you looking like GLD, Farhan? Is that what you're, any particular symbol? I could pull up GLD, or actually GLD. So GLD has possible, well, now it's starting to really fail down over in here, but, well, possible reversal setting up. Now you do have those bearish crossovers of the 9 and the 20 on the daily. That is a doji possible reversal. Right up here is you got the resistance. You do have kind of a big cup pattern forming. So you can see kind of a cup base, and then you can kind of do a handle-ish. But, you know, it's definitely still more on the bearish side right now. Let's take a look at the hourly, see if it's catching up. So on the hourly, it still has this pressure of the overhead resistance, but, you know, maybe a possible double bottom if it can go and break out, needs to get above that 122-ish level. If it can get above 122, then it has some room maybe up to that 124-ish level as well. Gamer guy says, I'm a beginner. I don't understand a word you say. Any suggestions? Yes. If you come over here, let me do this. If you go to our website when you're not logged in, we have right here, our links are below of, right, go over to our website, bullishbears.com, and start your free membership right here. If you start your free membership, you go right over here to courses. You would just come up here, log in with your login information, come to education, go to courses, and you'll see we have $3,000 plus worth of free courses over here. So if you don't know what I'm saying, come over, just start your free membership, log in, and take our free courses over here. Let me take a look at NIO real quick. So NIO kind of had a double top-ish pattern right here. You'll see it kind of starting to fail. This one's a little bit messy right now. Where is it at the moment? 982. Yeah, that's a tough one because you had this bounce right off of the 9 EMA too as well. I typically stay away from stocks like this. I like something more clear-cut pattern. I don't like the messiness of something like this, so I personally like more clear-cut patterns. And remember, you know, this could also trick you out, especially, I'm sure it's probably a low floater, let's say. Yeah, it's kind of higher float, actually. Yeah, me personally, I'd stay away from it because it can go either way at the moment. You can see some angular support here. Yeah, it can kind of draw. It's just got this weird looking pattern right now. So, again, I'm kind of liking potentially NCTY if it can hold, right? So it's getting still a little bit overextended here. You want to see it pull back a little bit. And obviously has a history of pumping up. It's a traded stock. So at this point, kind of watch right here, see if it does kind of a flag-ish pattern. You want that 9 EMA to catch up ideally, but got to watch and see with this one. But you can see kind of a cup, maybe, you know, again, a breakout. Maybe it pulls back and retests. Needs to break out above that 350 level at this point. No coincidence, guys. Those whole and half dollar amounts are super important to be aware of. All right, guys, so I'm going to start to wrap up. Market's about to begin. Again, if you're not a member, you can come over to our website at bullishbears.com. Website link is below. You can subscribe to our community. Again, we have a day trade room, a swing trade room, a futures room. We do live streaming each day. We also do trade alerts, our watch list each night. And we have thousands of dollars worth of free courses over here for you to help you get started. You could start your free membership right here. And then each day we share our trade ideas daily gappers right here. So you can just check this link. And then if you're a member, you'll be able to see our trade ideas live screen share once you log in. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Enjoy.